First of all, it's so good to see all of you. And I think it would be wonderful to see you more often and to see the life of the Security Council and the UN in general to go back to what we are familiar with so that you can ask your questions and we can respond to them. Having said that, I just want to say two quick comments, actually three. The first one, we are grateful to all those who spoke clearly supporting the just cause of the Palestinian people and those who gave details about the life of the Palestinian people under occupation, particularly in Jerusalem. In this connection, the presenters from outside the Security Council were very effective in portraying, the reality as they see it. Secondly, for someone who would come to you and speak about extremism, and he represent and was a minister in one of the most extremist rightist government in the history of the State of Israel, he does not qualify to speak about extremism because he represents one of the most radical extremist brands of politics, at least in the history of Israel. And also when he speaks about those who are fixated on the past and history, he wants to be future-oriented. He also disqualify on that term because he and those who like him, they always come and lecture you about the return after 2,000 years of the Israeli people. So that who is fixated on the past? We are fixated on the present to put an end to the tragedy of our people, and we are fixated on the future to end the occupation and to have the two-state solution as a reality on the ground where we can open new chapters for the two states and the two people. And we are grateful that the entirety of the Security Council is with us on that view. Finally, I know that decency and humanity was referred to by one of our colleagues in the Security Council with regard to bodies of people killed in action and kept by one side. Let me just tell you also that decency and humanity would require equal treatment because there are tens of bodies of Palestinians kept by the Israeli side for many years, refusing to give them to their families to have honorable, burial. So I just wanted to say these few things to you, and I wish you a happy month of August because many people take vacations.
When he talks here, he mentioned that in his future visit to Washington, the Israeli Prime Minister Bennett will talk with President Biden about the possible peace process talks. Any comment about that?
I believe that in September, a number of leaders will be coming to New York, including leaders from our region and leaders from other parts of the world, including, I assume, President Biden. And I think that that would be a very conducive environment for meetings and discussions, and we are looking forward for a revival of a meaningful process that will lead to the end of occupation and to the independence of the State of Palestine with East Jerusalem as its capital. This requires, in the meantime, a sustainable ceasefire and reconstruction of Gaza and helping on the humanitarian front our people on the Gaza Strip, forcing Israel to respect Security Council resolutions and international law, not to come and lecture the Security Council as to how it should conduct its business without respecting and abiding by the will of the Security Council. The Security Council does not operate according to the wishes of one country. It has its own mechanisms, its own agenda, and above all, it has its resolutions, which are part of the international law, and it is required from all of us, whether we like it or not, to honor and respect and implement these resolutions. As one ambassador said a few years ago in the Security Council resolutions are not an a la carte menu. You select what you like and you throw away what you don't like. All of them are binding. Every provisions of them are binding. This is the requirement of membership at the UN, and no one should be a member according to their standards and their wishes. It is under the standards and the wishes of the international community, and it is reflected in the Charter and the Rules of Procedure. Thank you very much.